Now, this is a tool that I've been after for about 20 years, I would think. It's a Miller's Falls hand vise. I've given it some start of a restoration, but there was a problem with it. There should be a wing nut on there which is broken, and I've figured out probably why. So how to disassemble it is you just wind the jaws off. And you've got a screw thread, a screw with a left hand thread on one side and a right hand thread on the other. The handle comes off. All of this was very rusty, and I've done it by just ceramic on a flat stone, some ceramic abrasive, and cleaned it. I didn't want to go too far because the problem with it was it was locked up in the almost open position, and I think that's when someone had broken the wing nut trying to torque it off. And why it was locked up is because it wasn't straight, and they'd also tried hammering on the back of this. I've managed to get I've hammered it flat down the side to push the metal back and got it as best as I can. So they'd hammered on that trying to get it apart, and they probably didn't realise that the reason was this was bent. So how I've straightened it is straight edge against it, looking through it for light gaps, getting it flat against these two faces and against the threads. And every time I found a gap, I marked the opposite side with a white marker. Silver Sharpie would be better, but I couldn't find it. Put it in a vise with that mark facing away and gave it a firm tap with a copper hammer until I've got it to the point. And at first it wouldn't open, it wouldn't close at all, and I've got it now to the point where it actually closes. So to reassemble, get your vise without the logo, get the jaw without the logo, and the screw and the little shoulder for the wing nut on the opposite side. That's your right hand threaded component. Then put your other jaw up and just start screwing it in. And as I say, at first it locked up, then it'd close about this far and then lock up. But by just keep straightening that bar, it's not quite perfect. I'll probably have another go at it. Eventually I've got it to the point where it closes. I'm going to go now and buy some fasteners, some bolts this size, because they come with a second handle which I don't have. So it also says, I think it's on later ones, they're Cocobolo handles, but I'm pretty sure that this is hickory. So I've got some nice hickory, so I'll turn the second handle. That needs cleaning out in there with a wire brush, a gun cleaning brush. So very pleased with this. There's the logo. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Just there. Might show up on camera, I'm not sure. I think it does there, I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, very happy with this. I wanted to make sure before I went any further, because there's another couple of hours of sanding and grinding on this, and also I'll push the this pin that goes through. I can push that out on my hydraulic press, clean that up better, and also clean up this bottom of this shank better in the lathe. And I didn't want to go to all that trouble, 4 hours work or whatever, unless I knew that it was restorable. And straightening that out, even without the wing nut, I can tighten it up and loosen it off now. So beautiful hand vices. Starrett make one, they're a couple of $100, over $200. So, you know, you'd be talking to get some equivalent now. They sell them second hand in these tool boutiques for about between 60 and 200 quid they go for. The later versions have got a hollow handle, and they're like a multi-tool. You can grab screwdrivers and different tools in the vice jaws and use them like a bit of a multi-tool, which I think is not a very good idea really. But one thing I want to do is create it so that a block that screws to the bottom, so I can use it that way round. Put wire in. If you're making very small bolts or wire where you want to square the end of a piece of wire, that's perfect, because you've got your grooves. You've got grooves going down and across the jaws for holding wire and small round things. So yeah, very happy. Thanks for watching.